Morning guys, 19.4 is out. Again, plenty of stuff that we've done lots and lots of prep for. It's almost like we've been planning for this sort of stuff. So lots of short and sharp intervals that we've been doing, lots of burpees for speed, lots of gymnastics under fatigue, lots of weightlifting under fatigue. So shouldn't be anything that we're going to struggle with too badly in terms of knowing how it's going to feel and knowing how we're going to be able to get through that ourselves. Couple of things to think about for the workout. Let's go through things. So the workout, if you haven't seen it, it's 3 rounds of 10 power snatches. That's 95 pounds for the guys, 65 pounds for the ladies, so 43 and 29 kilos. 12 bar facing burpees. Once you've completed those 3 rounds, you then get a 3-minute rest. You need to take the rest. You can't go straight through. It's not like an optional rest. You take those 3 minutes rest. On 3 minutes, after you finish your 3-minute rest, you then go into 3 rounds of 10 bar muscle ups and 12 bar facing burpees. So it's a 12-minute time cap for the entire thing, including the rest. And there's a tie break at the end of the first portion. So let's call this almost call it workout A. The best guys are going to be looking to go between 2 and 3 minutes on the first part, take their 3-minute rest, and then as close to 3 minutes as possible on that second part, probably between 3 and 4 minutes for the second part. So you're looking at around about the 8 to 9 minute mark for the best guys in the world. 9 minutes to 10 minute mark is going to be a very competitive score. Sub 10 is going to be competitive. In terms of breaking down the workout, we've got 10 power snatches. This is dependent on you in terms of how the weight is. So for most of us, 43 kilos, 29 kilos is a comfortable weight for us to cycle. So think about being efficient in that movement. Maybe a muscle snatch might save us in terms of aerobically a little bit. So hinging over and just going straight to overhead rather than dipping underneath that bar again. If we're comfortable doing that movement. If we're not, there's nothing wrong with doing a normal power snatch there. If you know that you're going to be getting into that second portion of the workout, and if you know that your grip is a massively limiting factor, I don't think there's anything wrong with breaking these power snatches up 5 and 5. Literally just to drop it and pick it back up again, save you that eccentric load for one effort. I did it a couple of years ago. There was a 7-minute AMRAP of 10 power snatches at this weight, or maybe even a little bit lighter, and 3 bar muscle ups. And I broke the power snatches from the start and got a particularly good score compared to people that went out hard and unbroken early on. I know it's not an AMRAP, I know it's only 3 rounds, I know it's only 30 reps, but if grip is an issue for you, I don't think that's a problem. If it's not an issue, hang on to the bar, no problem. On your 3-minute rest, make sure, it sounds daft, but make sure you are breathing, you are focusing on what's to come and getting as much oxygen into your body as you possibly can. Do not worry about going in through your nose and out through your mouth and all that thing. Take a seat, work your grip out, loosen up your forearms, even do a little bit of manual work on your forearms, just loosen everything up because your grip's going to be taking it going into those bar muscle ups, but really just focus on getting as much oxygen into your lungs as possible. When we get into the second portion of the workout, this is the real separator. Big thing for me on the bar muscle ups is don't go to failure. If 10 bar muscle ups is a max effort set for you, break them from the start. Do not go 10 unbroken and then have to do singles in that second set. Okay? If 10 is achievable but it's going to fatigue you, I still suggest maybe breaking it into a 6 and a 4 or a 7 and a 3. Only the guys that have got comfortable sets of 15 plus bar muscle ups should be looking at doing these unbroken for the first set. Second set, I don't think anybody or very few people will be doing unbroken for all 3 sets. Equally, when we look at the bar facing burpees in this point, this is a rest. If you're fatigued on those bar muscle ups and you're having to break them up, then this needs to be paced for rounds 1 and 2. You can step down again on the burpees, you can step up again on the burpees, so change the standard back to the original so you don't have to jump down and jump up. Find a rhythm that allows you to breathe as much as possible and to make as little effort as possible for those burpees. Because what you don't want to do is grind through 10 bar muscle ups and then sprint 12 bar facing burpees, which for most of us is going to be about 30 seconds of work, and then you're staring at the bar again. You're better off doing your 10 bar facing, your 10 muscle ups, then to go through your 12 bar facing burpees in 45 seconds to a minute and be able to get straight back on that bar afterwards because you haven't blown yourself out. Obviously, once you've finished, or if you finish that third set of bar muscle ups, then it's time to unleash on that last set of bar facing burpees and you just empty the tank. Okay. There's 4 different types of athletes that are going to be attacking this. So you've got the 3 rounds for time. So people that haven't got bar muscle ups or are unlikely to get a bar muscle up, this is one workout. This is a sprint. You go balls to the wall, empty the tank, hang on to the bar, don't break it up, and go as fast as you can on the bar facing burpees. No questions asked. Okay. Guys that are going to be able to do a bar muscle up, but doing 10 bar muscle ups might well take them 3, 4, 5 minutes. Okay. For you guys, I think it's about not so much pacing this, but it's not emptying the tank on this. I would break the barbell up if you're in this category. And I would also step down and step up on all of the burpees if you're in this category. Yes, I agree that this is going to be your tie break, but you're already going to separate yourself from so many people if you can do 1 bar muscle up anyway. And if this means that you can get 2 bar muscle ups instead of 1, then you jump further on again. So the tie break is only for people you get the same score as, remember, so you're better off trying to give yourself the best opportunity to get a better score. So for the guys that are, that have got bar muscle ups, but they're few and far between, and you're hoping to get 1 or 2, or you're hoping to get maybe finish 1 round of that second workout, then this becomes more of a pacing part. For the guys that are looking to finish 4 or 5, possibly get into that 6th round, then these are the guys that most of us are sort of talking about as competitive athletes, as guys looking to compete at the top level with the athlete program. Then you guys need to get through this as fast and as efficiently as possible. Maybe 1 break on the barbell if we spoke about your grip being an issue, but if not, then you gun it, you get that done as quickly as possible, and you just want to stay below failure on the bar muscle ups. So you just want to have a strategy in your head, if it's 5 and 5, if it's 4, 3, 3, whatever it might be, but you want to be able to walk back, take a breath, maybe a quick chalk your hands, and then go again. It can't be do a big set and then stare at the bar for 20 seconds because that time is going to disappear really, really fast. Again, the bar facing burpees, you pace the first 2 rounds, but that pace needs to be uncomfortable yet achievable pace. Okay. Finishes, guys that are looking to finish this workout, it's go. Okay, it's go here as hard as you can, recover as best as you can, and you're just going to try and go and hang on. I don't think that you need to go unbroken on that first set to finish this workout, but what I do think is that you need to go hard on the bar facing burpees if you're not going unbroken, and you need to be able to stick to manageable sets, 5 and 5, something like that. If you can maintain that throughout the entire workout, yeah, you can finish it, but you need to push the pace on the burpees. Something I haven't talked about much on the other 2 or the other 3 workouts, I should say, is the warm-up. The shorter the workout, the longer your warm-up needs to be. This is a short workout. You need to attack this warm-up really, really hard, and you need to get your heart rate up high in the warm-up. So you need to get on an assault bike or get on a rower, and you need to do some sprints. So maybe like a minute of real steady effort, nice and slow, with a 5 to 15 second flat out effort every minute or 2, just to really spike that heart rate out. You want to get out of breath before you get out of breath here, because otherwise this is going to catch up with you really, really fast. Specific warm-up as well. Make sure you're warming up your shoulders, but also focus on your hamstrings and your lower back, because there's a lot of flexion, hip flexion in this workout. There's a lot of hinging, a lot of opening and closing. So warm your hamstrings up, warm your lower back up, open up those shoulders, get your general mechanics done, but really focus on getting that heart rate high before we start. As always, guys, just if there's anything I haven't touched on, any questions, just let us know. Cheers.